Hi, and welcome to the SoCal Yearbook Gal Education Series designed to inspire, encourage, support, and make your life easier. This week we are talking about your final deadlines and returning those proofs on time. So here we go. The first thing I want to talk about is how a book is made. And the reason why I want to talk to you about this is because it's really important. And I think it's important for your staff to know also, because we can't just crank books out. We put them on the press and then we build them a certain way, and that all takes time. And I think that once your staff understands how much time it takes and the process, I think that they'll probably be a little bit more apt to actually get their deadlines done in time, especially that final deadline. So I want to show you how you can see a video of the press room and how books are built. So if you'll take a look right here, if you go to SoCalYearbookGal.com and you scroll down a little bit, there's some information on there. This is like letters of recommendation. Here's the link to the video series. And then if you scroll down, this is for grad gear, for caps and gowns and stuff. But if you scroll down just a little bit, it says, ever wonder how a yearbook is made? Check this out. And I'm gonna go ahead and show this to you right now.
Hey everyone, and welcome to Balfour. We can't wait to show you how we make yearbooks. Our publishing facility is located at 1550 West Mockingbird Lane in Dallas, Texas. Welcome to our lobby. Say hi to Maria and Robert. Let's head over to copy opening. This is where your yearbook's journey begins. We'll head down the hallway, check out our mission statement. When you send us a cover or pages, this is where we open them up and get them ready for production. You can see here we're making proof corrections, we're printing out proofs, and we're shipping them on their way to you. Now we're heading past the job boxes. We create a box every time we send you proofs. Once all the corrections have been received for a single signature, it's ready for press. Let's head over to the plate room. The process starts with a metal plate. It looks like this. We expose it to an image of your signature. It gets printed, cured, runs down this assembly line, and meets up with the other plates needed to print the rest of the signature. If you're printing 4-color, we need 4 plates for the front and 4 for the back. This is the press, and here you can see where we place each of the plates so we can print your signature. It takes a lot of paper to print a lot of yearbooks. Let's take a look now. You can see the paper being fed into the press. Here, one of our press operators spot checks signatures for color balance and registration. Now let's take a look at it in real time. Ah, the familiar sights and sounds of the press room. During peak season, the Komori presses can run 15,000 sheets per hour. But it takes more than just paper and presses to create a yearbook, so let's head into the ink room. These ink barrels contain all the ink necessary to feed the presses. If a press starts running low on ink, it signals the ink room to send more ink through the ceiling and down into these 4 pipes. Recognize those colors? Yep, that's cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. Now let's head into the digital press room. This is where Balfour prints some of our smaller books. These pages are printed direct from digital files, no plates needed. Now your pages are ready to be folded. Before we head to the bindery, let's review. Cyan, magenta, yellow, and black combine to make all color. Now you're headed down the Hall of Fame. This is where we recognize our press operators for outstanding work and craftsmanship. Once a signature has had time to dry, it's ready to be folded. So we use the barcode to scan it into the system. It moves over here and gets in line for the folding machine. Of all the machines in the plant, this one has to be the most fascinating. Signatures are air-fed at lightning speed through this machine, and in a matter of seconds, they're folded 3 times to fit a 7, 8, or 9 size book. Okay, let's see it in real time. Newly folded signatures are placed onto carts, and they make their way to the next stop on their journey, the bindery. Folded signatures are placed in the gathering machine, and a robot grabs 1 signature from each stack to create a book block. For hardcover books, an end sheet is added to the front and back of the book block before it makes its way to the sewing machine. Here, a high-powered needle and thread sew each signature to the next, creating durability and flexibility in your yearbook's spine. For our smaller hardcover books, we use a different gathering machine. Watch how quickly this one places one signature on top of the next. Each gathered book block is sewn together before it exits this machine. See what appears to be a piece of tape on this spine? Our larger books travel in a vertical manner down this snaking line where hot glue adhesive is applied to the spine, and each book has time to cool down before exiting the machine and heading to the guillotine trimmer. Each book is trimmed down to size and now it's ready for a cover. Speaking of covers, we could spend all day in our cover department checking out new materials, foils, and new designs. Let's head right past the silk screening machine. Here are all the covers waiting to be embossed. Now, we've got to head back to the bindery and get these books ready for shipment. It's time for the grand finale. Your yearbook cover meets its contents here at the Case-In line. And this is where your yearbook comes to life. Our team members are poised and ready to inspect your books before they're carefully boxed up for their final journey to your doorstep. Well, folks, that's a wrap. From all of us at Balfour, keep making memories and we'll keep making them last forever.
Every time I watch that, it's just so cool, so exciting. It blows me away. The first time that I went to that plant, I was just like shocked at how quickly, how smoothly everything runs. But at the same time, while I'm saying that, it does take time. Even that video took time to watch, and it takes time for us to print your books. So one of the things that really helps us print your books and get them to you on time is when you guys submit in complete signatures. So if you get 16 pages in a row, and it has to be like the first 16, then the second 16 in a row, then what we do, as you could see here in the video, is that we just store them until the rest of your book is done. And we just have your little section of our press room, and we just store your signatures. And then when it's ready to go, when we have all the signatures, it doesn't even matter what order you send us the signatures, we get them all organized, and then we build your book. And then the nice thing about that is that we're not running those pages last minute. But if you submit all of your pages at the very end, then we have to run all of your pages, build all the plates, run all the pages, and then we have to bind it and do everything that needs to happen in that whole process, all as soon as you submit your final deadline. So the best thing you can do to help the process is to get your signatures submitted in complete signatures well before your final deadline. And then once your final deadline comes through, submit that final deadline on time, because we need a certain amount of time to print your books. And so if you submit your final deadline late, it's gonna take us longer. So please, it's final deadline season. Let's get those books in. Make sure, I would absolutely recommend that you have an earlier deadline for your students so that you have a minute to like proof and edit and make sure that everything looks good before you hit the final submit button. But that date, when you have your final deadline, please make sure that everything's submitted. I would submit it a day before if you can, but make sure that you submit it at least by your deadline. So anyway, I hope that helps. I hope that was interesting. I love it. And feel free to show that video as many times as you want. I like to show it to my staffs at the beginning of the year to show them how it works, and then at the end of the year to talk to them about why it's important to meet these deadlines. So anyway, enjoy. I hope you loved it.